show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
Hey, my name is Daniel Martinez. I am here with the Hive with Us podcast. I have my guest Marco Torres. We're gonna learn a lot more about him in the next few minutes, but I appreciate everybody coming out. First of all, Marco Torres, first question I want to ask is, how did you end up being an entrepreneur, and how long have you been an entrepreneur? Because I always like asking that question too.
Okay, well, because you can see if you're watching this via video, I'm no spring chicken, so I've been I've been around for a while. I've started as an entrepreneur at age 9. I started a paper route in the Caribbean. I grew up in Puerto Rico, so I had a paper route. By the age of 12, I was featured on the front page of the newspaper as the largest paper route they'd ever seen built. So I leveraged a team of my buddies to help me deliver the papers, and I focused on what I was good at, which was door-to-door sales. I went and sold the subscriptions, had to do collections back then, and then we delivered, and it was fun. We built a big machine. By the time I was 23, I had 5 restaurants and a nightclub. So I had a nightclub in San Juan, Puerto Rico, open till the after-hours bar, open till 7 a.m. in the morning. So I've had a wild youth.
No, that's amazing, man. Paper 9 years old, man. You've been. See, the reason why I like asking that question, because there's no right time to be an entrepreneur, but there's no wrong time either. But you've been doing it since 9 years old. That's amazing. That's amazing. So
yeah, I got in trouble in first grade for selling rubber bands to all the kids that were trying to shoot each other with spit wads. But they would always forget to bring rubber bands. So I'd buy a box for $0.25 and sell them for $0.10 a piece. And I got in trouble because I was the instigator, getting everybody shooting rubber bands at each other or spit wads. And but I was making money and always had money for my candy bars.
So there's a sales quote: is sell the shovels. Sell the shovels when you're digging for gold. So you're selling
right, yeah. Forget the gold. Sell the shovels and the picks.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So that I love hearing young entrepreneur stories. I think like I became an entrepreneur like 25, so I'm like, I could have got a lot more done, but I'm still young. There's still a lot more in me. But that answers my first question. My second question is, what was my second question I asked? I forgot right off the bat.
No worries.
Man, I usually don't do this, but this is a rare occurrence right here.
I'll fill in the gap while you think of the second question anyway. So I went on from there, and I was growing up in Puerto Rico. I had the restaurants and the nightclub in Puerto Rico. I moved to Florida in the in my mid-30s, and brought a young family up. I got into sales over here. I didn't want to be in the restaurant business anymore. And eventually I got into the travel circle, the travel industry, which leads us to where I'm at today. We launched in 2017 a company called marketingboost.com, where we provide travel incentives to thousands of business owners that use our subscription service. And it gives our members the ability to really compete with anybody, because we make it easy for the small entrepreneur to stand out from the crowd, to have these tools, these travel incentives that right now are actually super popular again. I mean, we did slow down for COVID, but everybody is on a travel mode right now. I think revenge travel is what we're calling it. Revenge travel is real. People are desperate to go somewhere, tired of being locked down. And so our travel incentives help boost the sales for thousands of business owners all over the world. But carry it away, Daniel. I'll let you ask the next question.
Okay, so Puerto Rico. Are you from Puerto Rico, born and raised Puerto Rican?
Actually, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Mexican descendants, Latino,
Okay.
but my father was transferred to Puerto Rico because he was bilingual, and so I had the opportunity to grow up in the Caribbean. We grew up in San Juan and St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and had a chance to surf and enjoy an amazing place. Puerto Rico is beautiful,
That's
beautiful
amazing.
island, beautiful beaches, beautiful women. I married a Puerto Rican many years ago. So, yeah, I love Puerto Rico and all the people in
That's
it.
amazing. We love I like talking to minorities and as a whole, just because we have a different experience of life, and entrepreneurship is not always the easiest path for us.
No, well, I'll tell you what, I'm the first Chicano Rican you'll ever meet, so I'm a super minority here. I'm the only Mexican that grew up in Puerto Rico. So,
So I'm Mexican, but my mom was Puerto Rican, so I'm kind of a version of that, just not
oh,
direct.
okay. Oh,
I
there
never
you go.
lived in Puerto Rico. I can kind of resonate with it, with
That
the
makes sense.
different phraseology of Spanish and Puerto Rican words that they fight over.
Exactly. Yeah, we got the Spanglish going on.
We got the
So,
Spanglish, 100%. But I really want to talk about marketing booths. So, from what I understood, is that you help businesses offer travel incentives as a sales process.
well, let's talk about from what I understand, Daniel. Your audience is mostly in the real estate world. I guess they're realtors, brokers, investors, that type of
Right.
thing.
Yes.
Okay. So I do have realtors that use our service, although there are, rules and regulations that apply to the real estate industry that don't apply everywhere else. They do apply like also for the insurance industry. So we have hundreds of insurance agents that use our service. But to give you some ideas, I mean, first, if I can explain what Marketing Boost is. Again, we're a subscription model, and when we decided to do this, we wanted to make sure we changed the entirely revolutionized the industry. We're not the first to offer travel and incentives, certificates, or what have you that can be used to enhance sales, generate leads, referrals, housewarming gifts. There's a million different ideas they could be used for. But we decided to do it differently than anybody else. One, we made it super affordable. So we took Marketing Boost and made it an easy subscription model rather than selling the individual certificates like most of our competitors. You had to buy a bundle of them for X amount of money, sometimes as much as $100 a certificate. We charge a simple service fee of $37 a month, and our members get the ability to give away an unlimited amount of the travel incentives, either the hotel savings cards, complimentary hotel stays, or restaurant vouchers that we offer. So we offer complimentary hotel stays in over 125 destinations around the world. Sexy spots like 5 nights in Cancun, 6 days, 5 nights in Hawaii, 3 nights in Las Vegas, 3 nights in Orlando, Myrtle Beach, Daytona, about 30 destinations in the U.S. And then they're all over Europe. They're in 7 nights in Phuket, Thailand, 7 nights in Bali. So we've got literally destinations for our members that are literally around the world. And then we have hotel savings cards. They come in increments of $100, $200, $300, or $500. And those are savings off of retail price compared to the Expedias of the world. And they're good at over 1 million hotels all over the world. And then we have restaurant savings vouchers that are good in the US and Canada at over about 100,000 participating restaurants and what have you. So the membership gives you the ability to use these for example, in the real estate world, I've got realtors that do an open house, and you got people coming in the door, and you ask them to give you your name and phone number and email, register to see the house. And people might come up and write, Marco at mickeymouse.com, because they don't really want to give you their real information. They just want to see the house and
Yep.
so on. And so one way that I've got members use the incentives is they'll put up print one of the certificates, put it on the counter with a little sign there that says, hey, enter to win. We're giving away a complimentary hotel stay to one of you visiting the house today. And so now everybody's going to give you accurate information, because they're going to go, shoot, I want to win a 3-night trip to Las Vegas or whatever the destination was. And so now they're giving you their accurate information or dropping in a business card or what have you. And now you've got the realtor's got real information to follow up on and reach back out And he could give everybody a certificate, call everybody a winner, because again, you have the ability to give away as many as you want. So you could make the signage sound scarce and urgency, create scarcity and urgency with, hey, I'm giving away one trip today, make it sound believable. But now when you're calling them up, hey, congratulations, you were one of the winners, or you were a winner today at the open house. I wanted to congratulate you. You've got a 3-night trip to Las Vegas. But before I tell you about how the certificates work that I'm going to send you, tell me about your home needs. Tell me about what you're looking for. What exactly do you need? Have you already been approved for financing? Yada, yada, yada. Now you can qualify, talk to the lead, and you've got a captive audience, because at a minimum, they want to get their 3-night trip to Vegas that you promised them. And now they're going to sit and chat and talk and give you all their, the details that you might want. And you're going to qualify them for yourself, or if not, you're going to bounce them off and refer them to the mortgage broker so they can get approved, get them approved first, and so on and so forth. One idea. Another idea would be, hey, a housewarming gift. After they did buy, there are rules. You can't incentivize somebody to buy a home from you with the travel incentive. So you can't make it like, hey, buy a home from us this week and I'm going to give you a free trip. Because there are in most of the states in the in the U.S. here, you can't do that. You can't throw in an incentive to get people to buy the home, but you could throw it in as simply a housewarming gift after the fact. You could revive an old database, people that you sold to last year, over the last 10 years. You can go back and say, hey, I'm running a contest. I wanted to, I wanted to, your anniversary is coming up since when I sold you a home. So I just wanted to thank you for being a previous client, and I'm sending you a $500 hotel savings card just to say hello. And don't forget, if you're looking for buying, selling, renting, or thinking about investing, contact me. I'm your expert in real estate, yada yada. So you can revive it, old databases. You can ask for testimonials from new clients. Let's say it's a new client that just bought. One of the ways you could incentivize people to, after they bought from you, and you're doing the walkthrough of their home after the closing, bring the camera, your selfie camera, turn it around, and be going, hey, can I ask you to do a selfie testimonial about what I and my company did for you to get you this beautiful home? Can you, brag about my services? And if you do, I'm going to reward you with a complimentary trip to Cancun just on me. Because 1, you bought the house from me, and 2, I'm going to appreciate a video testimonial. And now you're doing a video testimonial selfie, and they're bragging about you, bragging about the home. And you're building, a database of video testimonials you can put all over your website. And I can go on and on and on. There's just a million different ways to skin a cat on how to use these incentives to acquire more leads, acquire video testimonials, acquire referrals, rebuild an old database, or revive it, generate leads online. You could go with contests online. Hey, you could build a Facebook group, and use the incentives to virally grow a Facebook group. Shoot, I can keep going, Daniel, but
my mind is working. My mind is working because this podcast goes to my audience. So if my audience is going to be incentivized, they might hear something like this. So I'm like, my mind is going. I don't want to spoil what I'm thinking right now, because
I got another idea that's super popular with a bunch of my clients that are in the insurance industry, and this would work exactly the same in real estate. And I may have realtors doing this already, I'm not aware of, but in other words, you can lead by giving. So one of the things we teach our members to do is work with local nonprofits or local charities or local fundraising opportunities. It could be as simple as the local high school that's trying to raise money for the football, equipment fundraising drive. And so you show up and say, hey, I'd like to sponsor the event on behalf of Marco Torres Realty, or whatever it is. And you say, I want to give away 5 trips for this event here. You guys can auction these vacations off, and all the money you raise, 100% of it's for you. The client will have to, activate the certificate. The person who wins the bid, the auction, will have to pay the tax. By the way, I didn't explain the details. We'll cover that in a minute. But they are complimentary trips. There are no timeshare presentations, no hoops to jump through, nothing like that. But they do have to pay. Somebody's got to pay what we call an activation fee, which is the government taxes. So the government's going to get paid on these hotel rooms no matter what, everywhere around the world. They all got their hands out. So that's got to be paid. And we convinced the hotels that participate with us, essentially, we created a win-win-win. And the win-win-win was like this. Because we were in the travel space, and I didn't cover that earlier either, Daniel, but we have some very high volume travel websites way before we launched Marketing Boost. And we went to these hotels and we said, look, you guys got a problem that we're very aware of. You rarely like to talk about it, but you're never full year round. The hotel typically, almost every hotel anywhere, is never full year round. They may be full for peak seasons, for weekends, for holidays, for special events, but 70% of the year, they've got 30% of their rooms at least wide open, if not more. So we talked them into doing a deal with us where we help them fill what would otherwise be empty hotel rooms. And we tell them, look, we're going to get warm bodies in those rooms. They're going to spend money with room service. They're going to book additional nights. They're going to spend money in the casinos, the hotel, the restaurants, the bar, the spa, so you're going to get some revenue versus no revenue. And so, and they're going to solicit them for video testimonials, which you're going to be able to put all over your website because we're expert marketers. So they joined the program. We started out with about 6 hotels early on in 2017. Today, we've got, hundreds of participating hotels at 125 destinations. But now, so these comp trips, again, the client's got to pay typically the client pays it. You could pay it as a business owner if you wanted to. You could pay the activation fee and truly give them a complimentary trip. Or you can let the client pay the government taxes. Most people let the client pay the taxes. So for example, going back to the fundraising, you sponsor a local fundraiser and you say, hey, I'm going to give away these trips. Now, typically, you may end up with a captive audience the day of the event, and so you stand up and go, "Hey, I'm the expert realtor in this community. Look, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, whether it's homes, condos, whatever, I'm the expert. If you're a new homeowner, or you're whatever, you give them your 30-minute elevator pitch. Your 15-second elevator pitch or whatever, and you go, so hey, please, I've given away these trips, auction away. The winners are going to win trips to Hawaii, Cancun, Las Vegas, Orlando, whatever it is." And you look like the hero. You're helping raise funds for the local community. You're building your personal and business brand, and you're setting yourself up as the authority. Obviously, you must be doing well enough that you can afford to give away these complimentary trips, and people will look to you as the expert when they're ready to buy or sell or invest. And so that's just one way to be branding yourself and getting in front of people and putting yourself out there as a philanthropist and as an expert. And generating leads, contacts, and not coming in with the typical I'm always on sales mode. I come in and, hey, I'm a salesman. No, you're coming in as the expert, and you're coming in as the philanthropist, and you're coming in as I don't need anybody's business in this room, but I can certainly help you. And so by supporting the nonprofits, you are standing up as as setting yourself up as the expert and the authority, and boom, you walk away with contacts, and they may not all pay off on the first nonprofit event you do, but if you start doing a bunch of those, trust me, you're going to be in a circle of influential people, because who are the ones that can afford to give to these nonprofits? Who are the philanthropists? Well, they're the 1%ers in the community, and that's where you want to be. So,
I have so many ideas, and I'm excited about this. I really am, because everybody likes a good hook. And you have a really perfect hook. That's amazing. And
that's exactly what it is. We are the best customer draw card on the planet right now, especially for the price. $37 a month is all it costs to join Marketing Boost. And play with it and test it. It's not the bulletproof. It's not the magic bullet that's going to save your business. But if you've got a real business, if you've got a real product, a real service, if you already are knowledgeable about what you do, you're already an expert in your field, adding an incentive like ours is going to take you to another level. But it's not, again, it's not going to save you if you're not going to be able to sell 1 million widgets just because you add on a travel incentive, without a proven product or service first. But let me tell you, you can get, for example, you start soliciting referrals, soliciting testimonials, and rewarding people for it. You start running contests in your Facebook group, and you reward people for it, and you grow your Facebook group virally with the use of travel incentives. And again, it makes you look like a bigger organization that can afford to be giving away these trips and stuff. And so it becomes a super win-win-win for the client who receives the complimentary trips, the hotels receiving warm bodies in their rooms that are going to spend money on the property, and you are the Marketing Boost member are going to win because you've got these amazing incentives to grow your business with. And of course, Marketing Boost wins because we've got, thousands of clients paying us, and we make money on the back end as well. We help them upgrade to, additional upgrade room types, add additional nights, add on activities and attraction tickets and what have you. And so it's part of our travel back end service.
That is amazing. I am excited to mess with it myself. I really am. This is a no-brainer for somebody like me, and I think it's a no-brainer once you understand and position yourself in that space. So giveaways for getting leads. I'm trying to think of other ways. The Facebook group. Let's talk about the Facebook group for a second. What type of Facebook group giveaways, or like a 30-day people who join the Facebook group in the next 30 days get this?
Yeah, I've had some guys grow. I had one guy in particular comes to mind that grew his Facebook group from 0 to 10,000 members in less than 90 days. And he was doing it by basically once a week, he was running a contest. Everybody who joined, he would immediately say, if you invite your friends and family to join this group, for every 20 people you invite to join this group, you get a chance to win. And every week it was a different destination. So if you invite 20 people to join the group, you get a chance to win. And this week, 5 nights in Hawaii. And then he'd make a big deal out of the winner. Whoever won, he selected somebody. There's software you can use to randomly select a winner. So you pick a winner and then get them on a live Facebook call and make a big deal out of it. Show pictures of the Hawaii destination that you're going to be able to go to and so on. And then going, okay, who's next? Next week, starting immediately, we're running a contest to Las Vegas. Who's going to go to Las Vegas? Invite 20 of your friends to join the group. You get a chance to win. And boom, 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 boom. And just, again, everybody who was joining was being introduced to inviting, share it with others, and you get a chance to win the next trip. And essentially he went just, grew. And that idea has been used now over and over and over by many of a different Marketing Boost member growing their own personal Facebook groups. And again, what do you do with a Facebook group? Well, once you've got an audience, once you've got a group growing, then you've got to be providing. It is work because you do have to provide, content. You've got to deliver material. You've got to be providing value. You've got to be presenting, you're showing that you're the expert, the authority. But if you're building that group and you're providing good content, and maybe you solicit, some partners to help you be moderators in the group, so you can continue to generate that quality, continued content, you're going to have that audience that you can then begin to monetize, because now you're inviting them to your webinars. You're inviting them to the first time homeowner buyers webinar. You're inviting them to, mortgage relief, this, that, whatever, whatever it is, the real estate, investors, join us for our investor challenge this month, or blah, 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 whatever it is that you do. And
all right. So let me ask you this. What has been, and I'm gonna get straight to the juice right here. What has been the most strategic way somebody's used your product that got the best results?
Well, one that comes to mind is a guy, a fellow that joined Marketing Boost in January of 2021. Actually, he started his business in January 2021. And he had on Telegram. This was a subscription model on a very relatively new social platform, Telegram. And so he had a bunch of members that he built up over time, paying him $97 a month to pay him for tips on when to buy, sell stocks, crypto, and he had a team of experts in India that would do all the analytics, and he would do reporting on the analytics of when to buy, when to sell. And it was doing really well. And so he had, hundreds of people paying him $97 a month. Then he ran a Marketing Boost promo. He ran a promo to say, hey, if you upgrade to our biannual program and pay 6 months in advance, we'll give you your choice of 3 nights in San Diego or 3 nights in, Manhattan. And if you join and if you pay for the annual membership, he called it the platinum thing or whatever it was. If you join our annual membership, we'll give you your choice of 6 days and 5 nights in Hawaii or 5 nights in Cancun. Well, he had hundreds of them step up and pay He had about 300 pay for the annual plan and another 150 or so pay for the biannual plan. So he had over 300 of them hand him $1,000 bill. So that was 300. He made over almost $500,000 in 4 days with that promotion, taking people from a monthly subscription to an annual subscription. So bam. And now that's part of his ongoing process. Now in the real estate world, heck, I remember one guy, this is a long time ago. He was in the middle of a negotiation between the buyer and the seller. They were both backing out of the deal at the last minute. And the buyer didn't want to, come up, pay for extra whatever. And the seller didn't want to discount any further for the repair of this or that or the other. And he, if I recall correctly, he came to the table with, "I'll tell you what, guys, in the middle of the negotiation, I'll tell you what, if you'll agree to pay for the discount the repair, and if you'll agree to step up and pay, this 50-50 each, I happen to have an incredible relationship with a travel company called redeemvacations.com. I do a lot of business with them, and I've got 2 complimentary hotels. I just happen to have 2 complimentary hotel stays in Cancun right now that I'm going to give to each of you if you'll both just agree to, come together on this thing already." So if you'll stop bickering on this, I'll give you each a $1,500 value complimentary hotel stay on me. You'll have 18 months to select travel dates, and boom. And so they both agreed. One had to come up with a couple more grand. The other one had to come down a couple of grand. And he basically I'm going to give you both a complimentary hotel stay if you'll just, we'll quit bickering over this and come together on the deal. And boom, all both parties came together on it, and he walked away with closing a deal.
I like the peacemaker offering. That's
it's like a peacemaker offering. Look, I understand, why you don't want to come up and pay more. I understand why you don't want to discount anymore. But here's what I can do for you guys. And boom. Now, again, I'm not your lawyer here. I'm not an expert. I don't know if that was a legal transaction to do in the real estate world in your state. So,
everything's negotiable.
Everything is negotiable. Yeah.
That's why real estate is kind of. That's what I was kind of curious about the agent side of it and like what the do's and don'ts of that, just because in real estate everything's negotiable. So if you're gonna throw in something, you can throw it in wherever you want.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine it's not a big deal. But again, I'm no expert in that. I'm an investor myself. I do flip homes, quite a bit of them, and I haven't used my own incentives to do with anything to do with acquiring a home to flip or not. I'm also getting ready to build. I've bought 13 lots down in Southwest Florida now, so I'm going to be.
Now you're speaking my language. Now you're speaking language. We're land investors. I have a lot of clients in Florida.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah. See. Now we're gonna have a different conversation because now
now we can roll into land investors. Yeah. So I've been purchasing in Southwest Florida a number of lots and looking to start building on them here. So see if we can sell some. This place is just blowing up with everybody and their brothers moving to Florida. And there's literally like no inventory of anything or not much anyway. And the people are paying, 30% more than they were less than a year ago. So it's time to build. The only challenge now is, can you find anybody to, anything to build with? There's no materials.
So one of my clients, she told me like 2 weeks ago, she found a seller that had 198 lots. And she's buying and selling all 198 lots.
Wow. Yeah.
So we might be your person, our group at least.
That's cool. Yeah. We have
a lot of Florida investors.
Cool.
In our group that do land specifically. So if you're a builder and a buyer, reach out to Marco. He's got deals for you. That's amazing. That's amazing. If we get a deal from you, if we bring you a deal, that's gonna be funny. It's gonna be a funny epiphany right here. I love incentive. I love just giving away value, and I'm kind of feeling bad pushing out this episode because I'm probably gonna do a bunch of these incentives in the near future, and they're gonna be like, "You did this from the podcast," and I'm like, "Absolutely, I did," and that's the power of podcasting. So if you get incentivized by this, I'm sorry. I hope you get a free trip and enjoy yourself. But this is a forewarning that I'm going to use this strategy in a lot of different ways. So for all my clients listening to this, I apologize. You can sign up at marketingboost.com. I'm going to put the website right here. But we're going to use this to convert more clients. And this is just a forewarning.
Well, the good thing, maybe all your prospects don't watch all your podcasts. So it's a whole
That's
different.
that's the whole thing. That's the beauty of it. So I'm not afraid to say that, and I'm not afraid to release it because not all my clients watch my stuff. So this is for the people that do watch my stuff that you know the juice now. And you know where I learned it from. I learned it right here from Marco, and I got it live right on the call. And I hope you get some value off of that too. But if you want a free trip,
And by the way, so again, quick, plug here. We recently I've been saying Cancun a lot because we recently brought on some amazing AAA rated 4 diamond hotels in the Cancun Riviera Maya area and Playa del Carmen called the Fives. So if you're joining, right now I can give for your audience, I can give you a special offer. You can go to marketingboost.com/podcast. You can get 30 days of Marketing Boost for $1. So marketingboost.com/podcast. 30 days for $1. Otherwise, you can get 7-day free we have a 7-day free trial and it's $37 a month. But you want to give yourself a trip to Cancun, test this program yourself. So you comp yourself a trip to Cancun. The taxes and the activation fee is about $188 for the 5 nights in Cancun. It's about $30 a night. There is a resort fee for this AAA diamond or 4-diamond hotel. It's $32 a night. So the total investment for the Cancun trip is about $300, $320, and you're getting a stay that on Expedia is about $2,000, $1,500 to $2,000, depending upon what dates you're selecting. But the available calendar is pretty much wide open. We've got most of the year of availability in Cancun available. We've got 5 different sister resorts from the Fives brand. So they're right in Puerto Morales, the Cancun, in Playa del Carmen, and great options there. So that's what I would do: is give yourself a trip to Cancun, test the program yourself, realize that it's the real deal, and then start implementing it into all of your marketing strategies, campaigns. We also offer, if you go to Marketing Boost, we also join our Facebook group. We've got nearly 28,000 business entrepreneurs in that Facebook group. It's called Marketing Boost Official if you go to Facebook group. So you search for it there. And free to join the Facebook group. And there we're always helping each other with, ideas. And people share their campaigns, and we look for critique before they launch it to their audience. There's all types of stuff that we're doing, always providing, content. I'm launching my own podcast pretty soon, so I can interview people like you, so that, I always want to be bringing valuable content to our members. I currently do a lot of webinars to the group, but I'm going to add to those webinars podcasts like you and bring more and more valuable content to our members so they can keep growing their business with and without incentives, just providing tips and tricks and tools and ideas on growing your business.
I do have one question. I actually have 2, but lead generation do's and don'ts. Let's talk about that.
Lead generation do's and don'ts. Well, there's not that many don'ts. I mean, you can test anything, right? I'd say the main thing is test, and test again. And so for lead generation, we found a lot of people doing pretty well by running the sort of like a sweepstakes, selecting one of the destinations and changing them up often, so that you're reaching an audience that right now people, they're more comfortable driving, still, airfare is back, but it's more expensive again, thanks to the price of fuel and so on and so forth. Yep. So, but driving is still an option people are ready to do, and so you might want to, do a promo this month. They're giving away a trip to Branson, Missouri, and depending upon where you are, where your client market is, you might want to select from our 125 destinations, something people can drive to. So if you're marketing in Florida, you can be marketing Miami Beach, Daytona Beach, or Orlando, Florida. There is a rule. There are several, one of the rules is they have to travel at least 100 miles to use the certificate. So if they live in Orlando, they can't use a free trip in Orlando.
Gotcha.
They could go to Miami, or they could go to Daytona. Maybe I think it might be more than 100 miles. And so you can run contests like that. Say, hey, register to win a free. I'm giving away 3 trips this month. Enter to win. And then once they enter to win, your form, you take them to the next page of the form. Congratulations, you're now entered to win. Please submit. Please answer a few of the following questions on our survey. Are you a homeowner? So now you start qualifying them on page 2 of your process. So they signed up. They gave you name, phone number, email. Great. Now what? Well, let's qualify them a little further. Are you a homeowner now? Are you renting or own? Boom. Simple A or B. Are you a renter or an owner? And if so, are you, whatever your next qualifying questions would be? Are you looking for them? Are you looking to purchase? Have you ever thought about purchasing? Have you ever been a real estate investor? You ever thought about investing? Have you already, joined? This is what we do. This is what we teach. And so now you've got their email and their phone number possibly to start setting up a series of drip campaigns, email marketing, text messaging, and get them to eventually book a call with you, book an appointment, or join you one of your webinars, or start listening to your podcasts, or whatever the many ways there are to continue to reach out to your prospects. That's just one of the ways to put them into your pipeline.
That's amazing. I have my wheels turning, and I'm very creative with incentivizing. So I'm definitely gonna have fun with this. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. But I think I might have a complimentary trip down to the nearest Vegas or something, because Vegas is like 4 hours away. I might have a complimentary trip on the house just to experience what I need to experience. But
yeah.
One of these questions I listen towards the end is what is a quote that you resonate with, whether it's yours or somebody else's?
Well, I go back to, I'm kind of old school, and one of the first books that I read that influenced me dramatically was Zig Ziglar. Okay. And I've been in direct sales in one way or another most of my life. And early on, it wasn't easy. I sucked at it. Well, and again, I was pretty good at a young age selling, the newspaper subscriptions and so forth. But I really had to polish that skill of being able to close the sale. And one of the ways that I learned it wasn't about selling. It wasn't about closing techniques. It wasn't about how good a closer I was. It became more and more mindset from Zig Ziglar, which was, if you help enough other people get exactly what they want in life, then you will also get everything you want in life. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly how he says it, but the idea being, you've got to give if you're giving enough value, if you're helping other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And that's what we believe in with our travel companies and redeemvacations.com and marketingboost.com. We over deliver on value. I try to help every entrepreneur that joins us to make sure that they understand how to use it. We provide training. We provide free onboarding calls, personalized, give you ideas on how to use these incentives in your business. We offer automation. We do have an upgrade service where we help people get a complete CRM with automation and all of the drip campaigns, email, texting, everything I was talking about a moment ago. That's an upgrade that we do offer. It's available for people that want to take their business to another level. But again, bottom line is over delivering on value. Help other people get what they want. You'll get what you want.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Join the Facebook group. Check out the marketingboost.com. It's an amazing conversation. I'm excited.
Thank you, Daniel. I hope you look forward to helping you use some incentives for your business.
Awesome.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.1listguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
You are important. You are valuable. The product and service you provide to the world, if you're listening to this, is important, and we appreciate all the value you bring. Entrepreneurs, they provide change and they provide value to the world. So continue what you're doing. It may be hard now, but there's a brighter future ahead. And I hope to everybody listening to this, much success. We appreciate you coming on. You all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.